I'm Owen Shipton. Hello, thanks for joining us. First tonight, the true scale and horror of how the Nottingham attacks unfolded was illustrated as a public inquiry continued today. It's been revealed that less than an hour before the third victim was killed, a chief inspector told a colleague to focus on the first victims, as he said the suspect will be long gone. A warning: there's previously unseen footage of the police operation in Emily Williamson's report, which some viewers might find distressing.
For the first time in the inquiry, a minute-by-minute timeline of the Nottingham attacks. 19-year-old University of Nottingham students Grace O'Malley-Kumar and Barnaby Webber are Valdo Callaghan's first victims. They're captured on CCTV walking together along Ilkeston Road. What they don't know is they're being followed by their killer. At 4 o'clock in the morning on the 13th of June 2023, Callaghan brutally stabs the students in a frenzied 2-minute attack. The 999 calls from immediately after the students are stabbed have been played to the hearing.
I heard them scream, and I went out the there and I looked out the window, and I saw someone. I'm not sure. There's 2 people lying down there.
By this point, Callaghan's already left the scene. It's a confusing picture at this stage for police, with conflicting reports of where the suspect's going and what he looks like. He's incorrectly identified as heading towards the city centre. He is in fact going the other way on foot. This next call is between Nottinghamshire Police Inspector Shaw, who's updating Chief Inspector Mather about events on the ground.
We've got some cops looking for the suspect, haven't we? If not many.
Yeah, ARVs are out now. They're given first aid. We've got one more that's on tape to do our lead free. I think it's probably he's going to be long gone now. Just concentrate on those 2 people and the scene and stuff.
Next, the killer's seen trying to get into Sealyhurst House just around the corner from Magdala Road. Minutes later, Ian Coates is killed on that road. Callaghan steals his van and makes his way into the city centre. CCTV footage captures him driving the van, followed by a marked police car with the sirens on. Callaghan drives the van at 3 pedestrians, leaving them seriously injured. Meanwhile, the police chase continues. Officers manage to corner Callaghan in a side street. 91 minutes after the first attack, finally the killer is stopped, tasered and arrested. Emily Williamson, BBC East Midlands Today.
Next tonight, a youth project's been funded to protect girls in part of Leicestershire from being lured into city drug gangs. Girls Rock uses music and arts to help teenagers in Melton talk about their feelings and understand the risks they could face. Organisers say it's given them confidence to resist peer pressure and helping to tackle truancy.
I had a couple of girls who were being really groomed, so they were being bought jewellery, they were being given money, they were being taken out for meals, they thought it was great, felt loved and cared for by these people. They'll end up being runners for them, and they'll run drugs and they'll give it to them and they'll ask them to drop it off somewhere else, and that's happened a lot in Melton.
In other news, Derbyshire's historic Denby Pottery says it plans to appoint administrators. The company, based near Ripley, was founded more than 200 years ago. It says challenging market conditions in the last 3 years are part of the problem. It adds it'll continue to trade while all options for the future are explored. Now, a man who'd been sleeping rough says his life has been turned around thanks to support from a promising young jockey. The jockey's donation helped fund a charity which finds employment and housing to expand its work in Derby, as Steve Beach reports.
Being on site is a world away from where Jamie was just a few weeks ago. The 25-year-old was homeless and not sure where he'd be sleeping that night.
Park benches and doorways, anything really. I just didn't know what to do. I was confused. My mum wasn't in the right mindset to do anything.
But Jamie now has a job, a place to live, and most importantly hope, thanks to a charity which helps to get homeless people into work.
To see Jamie in full-time work on site is the sort of the end of the story, but in a way it's the beginning of the story. Hopefully we'll find lots more people like Jamie in Derby
And the charity is able to help people like Jamie thanks to Billy here. He's just 20 but is already riding high as one of Britain's best young jockeys. 2 years ago he won £50,000 and chose to give it to Standing Tall, a charity close to the heart of a company which has sponsored him since he first started racing professionally.
First time on a building site this morning, meeting Jamie, I didn't realise sort of how good it's been for him, and speaking to him and getting him back up and going, so hopefully I'll be able to do it again.
Standing Tall has big plans for Derby and is already working to find more people like Jamie it can help, building new futures alongside new homes. Steve Beach, BBC East Midlands Today, Derby.
It has been a wet evening, hasn't it? Lots of surface water around tonight. Here's Anna with your weather forecast.
Good evening. It's been a windy day. We've had some heavy rain moving through over the last few hours. It will continue to push towards the southeast as we go into the early hours of the morning. Still some heavy bursts on this, a chance of a rumble of thunder, and the winds really blustery and gusting as that pushes through. We're likely to see wind gusts continue between 40 and 50 miles per hour over high ground, possibly stronger than that. But behind the rain, we end up with clear skies to end the night, lows of 4 degrees Celsius. So a chilly feel to things really on Friday, but we do have some welcome sunshine here and there. The cloud may be bubbling up at times with a chance for a few isolated showers. Still a windy day, but the wind's not quite as strong as today. Highs of 9 degrees Celsius. For Saturday then, it's looking like the best day out of the two. Some sunshine, the chance of a shower, potentially warming up as we go into next week.
That is all from the East Midlands this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Rob Rose is going to be here first thing tomorrow from 6:30 with more updates. Have a great night. Bye for now.